Hi, welcome back to Body. In Body 1, The Power of Movement. I am standing for this segment because it's very important that I be able to move and show you some of the movements that will bring more happiness, feeling of centeredness and peace into your life. I have a little remote control in my hand. I want you to know that's because I have a teleprompter right in front of me, and I need to be able to forward it sometimes to get to the notes that I need to refer to. The power of movement in bringing happiness and well-being and a sense of being centered into your life simply cannot be overstated. So we're going to go through this part of the book and talk about different skills and practices around movement that you can practice all the time, all throughout the day, and it's really critical to your sense of well-being. So welcome to Body 1. I want you to think of a time when you were sitting too long and you got fidgety. You were turning and going side to side in your chair. You wanted to get up and down. That is your body saying, move me. I need to be moved. Our bodies were not designed to be held still too long. So it's very important that you respond to that as you find that connection between where do you feel just right and balanced in your life around happiness and all different aspects of your well-being, including the well-being of your body. So this is what we're going to talk about in this section. As we get into the happiness skills, we're going to talk about figure eights. And first, I want to tell you a story that really illustrates for you how important movement can be in releasing the feelings that you have that are not good feelings. Maybe it's fear or it's anger, sadness. Deeply held feelings can get stuck in your body and movement can free them. So this story is about a woman we're going to call Sally. I worked with her at one time, and something very difficult happened in her life, and it required that she travel across the country, going through 2 long airplane rides, through a couple of airports, making connections, when she was in a lot of emotional pain and grief. So we had talked about doing figure eights as a way of moving your body to help bring yourself release and centeredness, and we're going to look at that in just a moment. But what I want you to know is she did this all the way through 2 airports, 2 long layovers, walking to her car when she got back home to keep herself in the place where she could continue to move forward instead of wanting to sit down and roll up in a ball and get lost in her grief. That's how powerful moving in a figure eight can be, especially in addition to just movement in itself. So you'll see in the book that there's a diagram of how you begin in the center of your figure eight, and then you walk up and around the top of your figure eight, and then you come back through your center, and then you walk back around the bottom of your figure eight and come back home to the middle. As with everything, you want to do at least 3, perhaps more if you have more time. And if you can't walk in a figure eight, that's okay. You can draw them in the air like I am right here. You can move your eyes in a figure eight. If you're sitting at a table and you can't get up, you can wiggle your feet in a figure eight. Always start in your center, move up and around and down and around and back home to your center. It brings you literally in your mind and your heart and your gut and in your body back home to your center. When you're seeking peace and release and relief, this is an excellent way to do it. Doodle it on paper. Just move your finger in a figure eight. If you're laying in bed, you can do any of those small movements. If you're laying in bed and you find you're in a place of sadness and you can't get up for some reason, move any part of your body in this form, and you'll see how much it centers and releases you and brings you back home to peacefulness in your body. So that is moving in figure eights, and that's your first happiness skill for the power of movement in Body 1. Now, additionally, you're hearing a lot more all the time about the different Eastern arts of movement. Tai Chi, also known as Tai Chi, Qigong, and yoga are wonderful forms of movement that are in harmony with your breath and your body and the balance of all aspects of your being. I recommend you give them a try. And the best way to give them a try is to look up classes in your community, and you're going to find them now in so many places. The YMCAs, the community rec centers, as well as the private studios are offering classes for all age groups, all times of day, different days of the week. And I know there's going to be one that works for you. Go there, give it a try. I invite you to just give it a try. Do at least 3 classes so that you can really get a sense of what is this like, what is this about. And you want to make sure you get those nervous wiggles and giggles out in the first class or so. And that's why you want to keep coming back until you really feel what it's like to learn and practice these kinds of movements. I think you'll find that you instantly have more ease the more time you spend with this kind of practice. So that's your number 2 skill for this section of the book. So the next skill we're going to look at is called the reset. The reset is a compilation of different movements that I have learned along my happiness journey that create a 2-minute practice that I frequently go to when I just need to reset myself, reset my energy, reset my mind, create a release for myself. And it begins with what I call arms up, which is a movement I learned 25 years ago when I was watching a recording of Dr. Christian Northrup, one of the first people I learned from as I was on my journey of movement. So the reset is, you'll see in the book, each line item is one movement in the process. There are also pictures in the book that you can reference as well. And now you'll have this video recording of me doing it too. So let's go through the reset right now by beginning with lifting our arms. And what you're doing is you're reaching for the sky. This is a movement that I do frequently throughout the day. Start by reaching for the sky, get some extension and expression of your height and your fullness in life this way. Then just gently bring your arms back down. With breath, release them to just hang at your sides. Now this is a moment to hang out. You want your feet in what we call in yoga mountain pose, which we're going to visit again in the book, which is the feet are shoulder width apart, the toes are lined up evenly with each other, and I want you to rock back and forth a little bit in your feet there. Feel those balance points between your heel and the plantar part of your foot, the ball of your foot, and then just settle into a place of centeredness in your feet. Allow them to hold you fully and with a lot of stability. Breathe. Let that out. Now let's check trigger points. So important you become familiar with trigger points and of places of tension that you hold in your body. Your jaw, check it out. How about your tongue and around your mouth? How tight are you in your jaw? Let go. Your neck, your shoulders, just release. Just let them hang. Let those muscles be soft. Take it down into your chest, release your back, let go, your stomach. You're breathing as you go through this process. You're letting go, ease in your hips, and check out that ease there as you gently rock side to side. Letting there be ease and sway in your movements, noticing that your neck and your shoulders are at ease. Let this process travel down your thighs, into your knees, again flexing in your knees, and letting the rest of that tension go down through your calves, your ankles, your feet, and right out through the ground and into the earth. You have let go of all that tension. And now what I want you to do, I invite you to follow this movement with me as, again, we reach our arms out and we're going to come down and we're going to scoop up the energy from the earth like this and gather it into ourselves and bring it up through our bodies, right up out the top of our head. We're going to connect with the heavens and the great light energy of the sky above us. And breathe and have that sense that there is an energy stream that runs from the sky, from the heavens, if you will, right down through the top of your head, through your body and the core of you, and out into the earth. From there, you simply bring your arms back down, and you bring your hands into prayer position in front of your chest. Breathing, letting go, and just allow your eyes to drop and close if you wish. And just spend a couple more seconds here of quiet and release your hands to the side. You have just completed about 2 minutes of a process that completely takes you to a place of calm. It invites your body and your mind and your heart to let go and be at ease. That's something you can do a lot of places throughout the day. So try it. Pause this video, back it up if you want to, and give it a try right now yourself. So our next skill, moving right from the reset, is, there are two actually. Hands to heart is first. Now this is something you use when you need to comfort and calm and reassure yourself. When you're feeling some difficult emotions, some heart dissonance, if you will, I want you and I invite you to try hands to heart. So you take your open palms. First, you place one palm over your heart center. Put the other palm supportively and lovingly over the top of the first. And simply, gently hold and support your chest, your heart space. Breathe in deeply through the wall of your chest into your hands. And hold that energy of loving kindness for yourself right there. Continue to breathe into this space. That slow, deep, calm breathing. Reassurance, breathing into your chest, into your heart center. Understanding that whatever is there needs some support in order to be able to trust and release and let go. So hands to heart can look like this. Hands to heart can also look like prayer hands, thumbs to chest, and you're making the connection then, breathing through the heart, through the wall, the chest, bringing that air in, through, and then connecting with your thumbs into your hands, and then the energy back from your hands, through your thumbs, into your heart, reassuring, supporting, and being present for yourself. From there, we go right to hands to stomach. This is a place where people feel anxiety. When they feel troubled or concerned or fearful or nervous, the stomach will frequently be the place that doesn't feel very good. So again, I invite you to try placing your open palms, either one first, over your stomach, your solar plexus area. Just put it where it doesn't feel very comfortable. Maybe it's an upset stomach. Maybe just some kind of discomfort that is just constantly nagging at you. Put your palm first and then the other one over it to provide support for the first as well as for you. This is you supporting you. Now let's breathe again. Deeply. Nice, deep, calm breath in, full. Into your stomach. And you're taking that air into your stomach right through into your hands. And then sending that support from your hands right back in to your stomach. And letting out the dis-ease, the feeling that things are not okay. Let's continue this. And one more time. Try it with me. You'll feel some sense of calming, most likely. This is the purpose of hands to stomach and also hands to heart. Okay, now let's try centering. Stand with me. Let's do it together, okay? A little bit simpler version of the reset, a little bit quicker, some similar movements. So again, your feet are in what we call mountain pose, shoulder width apart. You can lift your toes up off the ground to make sure that you really got yourself. You're holding yourself in your rest of the ball of your foot and your heel. Do a little rocking to find that really anchored sense where you're really connected to the earth with your feet. Now roll your shoulders up and back and breathe deeply. Fully release that breath. Let's try it again, and as we do this, let's check those trigger points again. Remember, jaw, mouth. Is your tongue soft in your mouth? Are you releasing these muscles around your mouth? Neck, shoulders, let them go. Just let them drop. Let go. Let go. Let those muscles go. Check in with your shoulders, your arms, chest, your back, hips, lower back. Breathing. Letting it go down again through your knees, your calves, your ankles, and out into the earth through your feet. You're settled now. You're released. You've let go. You feel anchored in the ground. And we're simply going to do this. We're simply going to move arms up. Palms are facing toward each other. You can just stop here and then palms back out, slowly dropping them to your sides, nice and slow. This is about ease. This is about letting it go. You're releasing the muscle groups in your body. And this arm movement brings a sense of balance and fullness available to you by simply allowing your body to connect with space in a way that feels full and balanced. 3 times at least in this. This is 30 seconds where you can just bring yourself back to center. And then you can finish with your hands in prayer position at heart center. Centering. Another great practice. You going to say yes to this one? When you simply have 5 seconds to check in with yourself, there's some quick things you can do. So let's take a look at those right here. One is standing straight. This whole posture about mountain pose and connecting with the earth in a way where your weight is centered side to side, your weight is centered front to back. You've really found that place where you are centered and grounded and connected to your anchor point, the earth. That's huge. Standing up and putting your shoulders up high and rolling them back with your shoulders being set down into your back, your shoulder blades. Putting your chin up and rolling your eyes up toward the sky. That is a perfect way to spend 5 seconds of making sure that you feel good, you feel ready, and you feel balanced. And that gives you a sense of power and being in control and being more energized and ready to go do whatever the next thing is you need to give attention to. And I want to remind you, the whole overall message to you at this point, as we finish out Body 1, is simply to move. I mean, literally, if you only have time to get up and go like this, or you only have time to go, whatever you have time to do. You have time to do this, you have time to do that. This, show up. Let your body let out whatever's in it, and it's going to bring you a lot more happiness to be that connected with yourself, to feel that confident and happy and safe with you, even if you're doing it in the privacy of your own room. Movement, that's what Body 1 is about. So let's take a look at the summary for Body 1, all right? We have 7 different skills and practices that we've talked about here. Which ones did you check? Did you check moving in figure eights? Did you give that a try? Maybe you want to even try it now and decide, am I going to put a check in this box? How about trying out Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga? You're going to go and Google those in your area and find out where there's a class that fits your schedule? And how about the reset? Is that something you would like to say yes to? Can you see the value of spending 2 minutes doing those movements? Hands to heart, supporting and helping you in times of difficult emotional turmoil. Hands to stomach, when you feel some anxiety there, or some tension, some fear. And how about the centering movements of simply getting into mountain pose, releasing all the tightness in your body and breathing and bringing your arms up and back? How about that? You want to say yes to that? Simply standing up and straightening your shoulders and rolling them back and standing tall and get your back straight and firm and clear and putting your chin up. And simply, are you saying yes to movement? What do you want to schedule now? What do you want to schedule into your action steps around these ideas? Why don't you pause, think it through, and go ahead and do your Post-it notes, your reminders, and your planning items in your planner. Then I'll see you at Body 2. Great job. Thank you. Let's get up and move.